Welcome back to more Metaphor ReFantazio. We had the bright idea last time to join the Tournament of Kings, I guess. Everybody's trying to gain enough public favor so that they can be voted king. And we're like, you know what? To get Luis to show his face, we're going to join it. See if we can get him to come out and say hi to us. So we've agreed to take on a bounty.
Look at that.
For this Heisme. We've got to make sure. Don't tell me you're thinking participate in Tournament of Thrones. Yes. Oh, here's another person.
No, thank you.
Somebody's getting mad. That's a demo man.
Hey.
We want to take the. Well, we have to tell this guy that we're taking the contractor Heisme. Head to Maritura.
Let's focus.
Now, $100,000 and courage. Ooh, boy.
Let's call it.
Any other bounties you got? Okay, well, that's spent our afternoon. We're gonna really need a
No registration
carriage.
issues, I trust?
No, indeed. And we found ourselves a
Oh
perfect
no,
target.
we have to tell
Fine
Hulkenberg our
work.
plan. She's not gonna be happy.
Stroll.
See? She's convinced. Nothing to worry about. Don't worry about it. I'll prepare a map of the surrounding areas as well. But never mind that. Have you found us a kingly carriage?
Well, I have made some arrangements. How best to put it? The vessel itself is without peer. Supposedly, it will come to us on the day of the opening ceremony.
You don't sound too sure about that.
Oh, no, I'm certain. All I mean to say is, well, you shall soon see for yourself.
I have a feeling
Well, under the circumstances, I'll take what we can get. And setting that up in a
that
day.
it's gonna be old and
Not
busted.
so bad having a knight on our side.
You needn't speak so. In truth, I've just resigned from the Knight's Order. Though 'tis only my bond of service I relinquish, not my title. We will shortly be seeking Luis's esteem. Should it come to light that I am a knight in active service, it may jeopardize our efforts.
Still, you didn't hesitate to leave. I can tell you're serious about this.
It was not an abrupt parting. I've come to doubt the Order since returning to find them serving the Santifex and not the Royals. Those who refused the Church's rule were cast out for their defiance. I only hope those fallen knights found useful employ elsewhere.
Sounds like you've been through a lot too.
Well, in any case, we can focus on our bounty contract now. Let's make sure we get some proper rest tonight.
We're going straight to sleep, or do I get a okay, good. Oh no,
Let's rest.
we should probably stay inside today. Okay, they're gonna stick us in here. Our popularity rating 6328. Look like we fell. Weren't we at 8? Any requests? What is this one? We want to Gunner archetype, which I don't know who that is yet.
Fancy a bit of info?
What do you have for me? Ox Demon of Balaga Corridor. Ooh. Oh, this was okay. So this was the guy that I was gonna go
One in
fight.
on this.
That Minotaur. But you know what? I don't need the information anymore, but I want it.
Want in on this? Just between.
Okay. Do I really need to
Don't push yourself.
do anything in here? I just leave. I can talk to my teammates.
Yeah.
They just,
Now then.
there's really nothing to talk about. I wish if there was nothing to do, check on Maria.
What?
I haven't seen her since I came back. Uh-oh. I'm in my room? Where's Maria?
Hello. Well met, eh?
See that guy with the box on his head? That's the necromancer. That's what they are. They have 3 eyes. All right. Well, I haven't seen Maria. I guess we'll go to bed, and then of course this will move the story.
Good night.
Rest well. It's gonna be like late night. Yeah, late night. Waking up. Maria's gone.
Can I come in?
Ah, okay. Maria's okay. Wanna read some more?
To read some more?
Not today. You're all leaving tomorrow, right? I'll be cheering for you. So I just... Oh no. I promised Miss Fabian I wouldn't cry.
I won't tell her.
It's all right. I won't tell her.
Papa was trying to stop a bad man, you said. And that's what you're all doing too, isn't it? Please come back home safe. I'll be waiting here as long as it takes.
It's a promise.
All right. Promise? The next time I see you again, can you tell me more about the outside world?
This one's important.
Oh, okay. We tell
I
her
never got a
stories about all the
chance to say
places
this
we've
to
been.
Papa. So, thank you. I'll go to bed now.
Captain, may I have a moment?
Good night.
Hulkenberg is what, like, is the voice actress
I
German?
was hoping for a chance to speak before we set out. Since our meeting, I've done nothing but impose on you. Now you risk your very life for this cause. 'Tis no easy burden. It pains me to see. When I think of how this may yet save His Highness, I lose sight of all else. Such disregard ill becomes me.
You truly are devoted to him, aren't you?
I suppose I am at that. A guiding oath of 12 years is not easily cast aside. But that book, we met once before, on a carriage bound for the capital. Do you recall?
You got me thrown out. I
Now
do.
that you mention it, I do.
My apologies. I thought only to minimize casualties one way or another. So, 'tis a novel envisioning an ideal world. Curious to see a utopian novel these days. I'd thought them long since banned. You needn't worry. I've no intention of taking it from you. I've sometimes wondered why such books were forbidden. Rumors say the Sanctists objected to their contents. Yet I wonder, how could a simple book have possibly stung them so? Do you mind if I read a passage or two?
This is where I pass out.
So it is a fiction written as if a personal account. This chapter seems to concern the system by which the nation's leader is decided. In this country, one cannot become even a statesman, much less sovereign, without the consent of the people. Those who aspire to statecraft must first solemnly swear before the people what they will do in service of their country. Should they earn title but break their word, they are denounced and stripped of power. Such is the authority of the people. In this way, it is the people who are the land's true king. Quite the opposite of our own country. Now I see why our upper echelons would abolish such texts. Had our lands embraced such accountability, perhaps His Royal Highness would not have suffered such a fate. No. As a knight, 'tis not my place to say. I must clear my head of these fantasies. In the end, clinging to a dream will do me no good. Oh, I suppose 'tis not so bad to dream now and then. It takes power to walk the path of our dearest hopes. Perhaps that is the purpose of this newfound strength. My dearest dream. 'Tis to save His Highness, even at the cost of my life. Nothing more.
Heavy.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Morning. Oh, anime time.
Judah!
Lady Juna!
Faraway sky.
Oh. This is the Taylor Swift concert. Put on some clothes. Is her face going to show up on the rock? That's a lot of hair.
Even I'm feeling the heat. Well, I suppose it's time to fan the flames. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome one and all to the inauguration of the Tournament for the Throne! For the first time, the crown is anyone's to claim, as long as the aspirants can complete 3 grueling challenges.
Wow, a Sanctus Crier! He's perfect for this!
Let's discuss the venues. We kick off in the west, in the Pearl of the Coast, the Principality of Oceania's harbour city capital, Port Brilehaven. There, they face their first challenge, the Exhibition of the Brave. Each contender must bring back the head of a monster, a mark of their prowess and courage. Next, our would-be monarchs head east. Upon the misty peaks, we arrive in the Principality of Montario's beautiful city of faith, Altaberry Heights. And finally, our heroes make their well-deserved return home to Grand Trad. But first, let's do introductions. It's time to meet those risking their lives for the crown. Closest to the throne, I know him, you know him. It's Sanctism's one and only 78
This is hype, man.
His Eminence, Forden!
It's Dr. Trey!
Victory to Sanctifex Forden!
How is he gonna kill a monster?
I claim no great ambition, nor any heated calls to action. All I wish is to restore order for our people and to safeguard our land from the threats beyond. This chaos we face is but one of God's many trials. Let us restore our kingdom's glory together!
Yeah, woo, 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 woo.
Moving right along, we come next to His Eminence's champion, the very spear in his hand, the warrior monk captain of the Crown Theocracy, Master Giddo.
I come before you only in loyal service of His Eminence. I relinquish the throne to him gladly. But those who would seize the crown by force, I will teach you to fear God and to fear me!
Oh,
So
we're
much
gonna
for this
fight
being a
him?
fair competition. How many horses do the Sanctus have in this race? Still, it's not over by far. Luis supporters won't take this lying down.
What cowardice, crier! Where's Count Louise?
All right, settle down. At this time, I can report that Count Luis has not applied to enter the tournament.
What? He's not even entering?
Then what becomes of us? Our entire purpose in this race was to get closer to him.
Don't worry. He's definitely paying attention. He's only in second as it is, so we can't afford to ignore this whole production. Sit tight. I'm sure he'll make a move soon.
All
Very
right,
wise.
all right. For those
Very
Count Luis
wise.
supporters, you might want to
Skull.
meet our next entrant. A rising socialite, a man of ambition, godless and fearless, the brash young warrior serving Count Luis, Gladel, the Black Hound.
Oh, okay. So we know who we met him.
So he was one of Luis's men.
The fallen king embraced sanctism and all its holy tenets, and for what? He was nothing before Lord Luis. Look to the sky all you wish. No god can save you! What our country needs is power!
It's like a
Well, It's not
WWF.
quite all the contenders,
heel.
but let's get on with the introductions. The great liberal merchant, it's Roger Ward. By war, by conquest, by right, it's Rudolph Krauss. In it more for the gauntlet
what?
runners than the throne, it's Lena Caden. Sure to be popular by pledging free drinks for life, it's Loveless O'Shea. Uplifting the beautiful and deposing the hideous, it's Milo Maurizio.
There's a lot of characters here.
If we lose this, I think the country has some even bigger problems.
Now, I do believe we have one final candidate. Do we have an Elden boy present? Come on, let's see a face.
Yo, right here, down here, little guy. Hello. Hello, people.
What? An elder? Disgraceful. Is this the only way you could think to distinguish yourself?
Boo. Boo, boo, the elder boy. Boo, boo. I killed a human. That's all right.
By the way, the ride you applied with still hasn't arrived. And if it doesn't show up by the time the noon bell rings, you're disqualified. All right?
Hey! What's going on?
That nitwit! What is he doing?
He's getting ready to ring it.
So, contestants, are you ready?
What? Last, I say! Wait! Found your behave!
My ride.
A land runner?
It's quick! Wait, it's headed right for the...
It'll crash!
Whoa!
What the heck is that?
Wonderful. So much for a first impression.
That's my ride.
What hell? Isn't he a marvel, chums?
You don't! You nearly brought down the cathedral! Have a care, you fool. It was bad enough when Luis did it the first time. That feckless, shameless old fool.
Not bad, kid. Guess you've got some interesting tricks up your sleeve after all.
Ring the bell.
Right! I'd call that a full roster. Ladies and gentlemen, race across the land. Go! Prove yourself worthy and earn your crown. For the people, for the throne. Let the games begin!
We must take to the road.
Come on, come on!
Look at it. What is it?
So fast! Gotta hold on to something or I'll get blown up!
Whoa.
It's incredible!
Hey! My support is changing. I ended up standing out more than I expected. I've gained a lot of interest, but I only consider it part of my mission to aid the prince.
Just a sec.
Is this our carriage?
Can you hear me?
Shall I just run her along the main road then? The others seem to be doing as much. You're just as crazy as this runner. I'll take that as a compliment, little lady. Now, let's have some coordinates for a little test run. What is happening right now?
Let's see.
We gotta go to a place called Martira? Old Castle Town, I think. Should be a ways south. There's some camping, and it looks to be there's some spots to go off the beaten path.
Let's see.
That's the desert camp, a small sand dune on the path to Martira. Given the vantage point it provides, it should be a safe resting spot. What is this? We want to let's head there.
See here.
Can we head there?
Let's see here.
Let us hurry.
Let's see.
Let's see how big the map is. It's a nice size. Oh, there's... Ooh. I thought that was another island. So, we don't actually click on these.
Let's see here.
That's the first camp.
Whoa.
Second camp.
That's where you
Third
want
camp.
to go. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, here it is. Here's the town. Down to Martira on this craft's legs. Oh, I'd say it'll be about 4 days, 3 nights. About 4 days, 3 nights. That's a great deal faster than a carriage. Surely the roads will be safer at that kind of speed. Jolly good. Now cinch those britches, chaps. Full steam ahead to Martira, Old Castle Town. Okay.
This is amazing! I don't know a thing about gauntlet runners, but even I can tell this is a hell of a craft. I can hardly believe she's ours to drive.
You're telling me that? Feels like ages since I've been out on the open road. This girl's been waiting long enough for her time to shine.
So this is what you use to talk with the driver? Convenient, that. Look, old fellow, are you really on our side? You realize we don't have funds to pay you.
I have $30,000.
Money? Ha! I'm not in this for the money, boy. What I want is a little gusto. What do you think, lad? Isn't this a rush?
It is at that. Like riding the wind.
That's the ticket. It's been so long since I've had a good chinwag.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You've a good head on your shoulders, boy. Yes, I can tell you're a sharp one. Where to, ladies? The world is our shellfish.
You certainly are a different person behind the wheel.
Hey, Hulkenberg. Can we get an explanation yet?
That man is Neurus. An Ishkia, if 'twas not obvious from the wings. And despite...
Well, we didn't know that.
Everything. He was heir to a noble house and personal machinist for the royal family.
What?
He's a master engineer, of course, positively peerless. But as you can see, the runners get him a bit excitable.
Noble District. Oh, we're gonna get some history.
Neurus? Are you there? I'm coming in. Even amidst all this commotion in town, I find you buried in your work.
Too much to do.
As always. To business then. I must ask a favor. Would you be able to ready a carriage for me?
No new commissions. No time for them. Ask another right.
It is not a new one I require. Before His Highness disappeared, did you not accept a contract to build him a custom carriage? Without a formal owner, I reasoned that it must now lie unused. I was hoping I might borrow it a short while.
But pish and tosh, woman. She is for royal use and naught else.
'Tis an unreasonable request, I know. But I'd not be asking without a grave need. Might I at least see it?
I mean, well,
'Twas specially made for His Highness, yes? Not a work you'd have sold off. Where lies it now?
I've deadlines to meet, dash it! Off with you now! Leave me be!
You've been acting stranger than usual. What ails you?
Whoa!
Yeah.
Good God. Is this a gauntlet runner? The very craft commissioned for His Highness the Prince? Even knowing His Highness was gone, still you toiled away. Oh, Nuras, you are an inspiration. Such nobility of purpose.
Yes. Right.
However, for a craft meant for the royal family, it is rather excessive, isn't it? Did you really build this vehicle exactly to their orders? You cannot mean...
Well, at first, certainly. I followed the blueprints exactly. But then His Highness died, and... well, I couldn't just let the old girl waste away. A masterpiece like her? Collecting dust in storage? No! Unacceptable! Unthinkable! I'm working toward a dream. And this poor old girl is going to help me see it through. And then, finally...
You imbecile! A lowly, brazen court engineer, butchering His Highness's inheritance for a hobby! For this mania! You embezzled the royal treasury and disrespected his legacy!
What?
Treason!
Why? Why did we go to 11?
Mercy, please! Look, take my head if you must, milady. But leave the Balliol runner alone.
Look, this runner... it is fully operational now, is it? Then I suggest you cooperate, for both our sakes. Finish your tinkering by tomorrow and bring it to the Grand Cathedral as soon as you can.
Eh? What's all this now? You play the proud soldier at me and then pluck it for your own schemes?
'Tis no scheme. I would use it for His Highness's sake.
For His Highness, eh? Hold a tick. Haven't you been looking for him? Wandering across God knows where, last I heard. So if you're back now and now you want a gauntlet runner for His Highness, is His Highness still alive? That's it! I've got you, haven't I?
'Twas His Highness who gave you refuge while you were only a heretical scholar condemned by the Sanctists. The time has come to repay His mercy.
Understood.
Okay.
Is that enough? Can this old duck really handle an undercover operation?
I know what you're thinking, but 'tis at least true that he feels an undying debt of gratitude to the royal family.
Pish and tosh, boy. A little faith. Not to brag, but this
Look at those pipes.
duck's craft might be the fastest gauntlet runner in the kingdom. Why, probably the world. I think. Maybe.
How encouraging.
All I want is to push this runner as far and as fast as she can go. Show her off to the world. And you? Well, I presume you'd rather work together than have to walk, eh?
I don't know about this, but I guess we'll just have to trust him. What do you think?
If we die together. I think we can count on him.
If you're sure, I suppose. We'll deal with it if we have to.
Either way, he knows the prince is alive, so we can't just leave him to his own devices. We're all in the same boat. Or runner, I guess.
You lot can handle the fighting, and I'll handle all the driving and greasework. Just make sure you've got a proper plan for all this mess now.
This guy's got no filter. But he has a point. We do need to talk strategy.
So, summing up, Our first trial is to slay a monster. We take its head as proof, then get it to the goal line before the deadline. The bigger the head, the better. Our destination is Port Brilehaven, the capital of the Western Principality of Oceania. It'd be a trek on foot, but this gauntlet runner should make it a snap.
So getting the bounty's head is our next move. And our target is a nefarious criminal who's been kidnapping and selling off children. Right?
A criminal? Did the task not specify a monster's head?
Don't worry, all part of the plan. We don't need to win this thing. We just need to get Luis's attention. Everyone's going to show up with monster heads, and we shake things up with a felon. A knight-turned-kidnapper at that. Shows them we're there for justice.
But to deliberately violate the rules, we risk being disqualified entirely. Then again, 'tis just as likely to win the people's attention and thereby Luis's.
There you go. She gets it.
I understand the intent. What do you think of this plan?
I trust all of you.
I trust all of you completely.
Good enough for me. A captain's got to trust his crew, after all. The bounty's Heismay, an ex-knight. I realize that's a little close to home, Hulkenberg, so if you'd rather hang back...
No. His title is precisely why I cannot let his atrocities stand. And yet... 'tis strange indeed.
Oh, I think we'll get a chance at a monster.
When the trial demands a monster. Then again, our true aim is beyond the ambitions of any other aspirant. Our fate rests in this plan of yours, Stroll.
Thank you. I'll try to ensure your trust isn't misplaced.
Medals Day.
Righto. Then our course is set. Feel free to use anything in the gauntlet runner. Even got a bathing room if you could use a wash.
Good to know. We can always look around more thoroughly later.
Yes. You needn't tire yourself out before we arrive.
Well, I'm a tinkerer and not much else. All my fighting happens in the old workshop. But I'll take you wherever you're going for your sake and mine. After all, the wilds out there are no berry picnic. Oh, no. It's a den of wild beasts and savage scoundrels. And we'll not get past it without days on the road together. So, if you need anything besides a steady hand on the wheel, give me a hoot. Bound to find me in the cockpit or the engine room.
He's certainly an eccentric, but he doesn't seem like a bad person. We'll get used to him, I suppose.
Gauntlet Runner has various areas for different activities: strategy room, lounge, and kitchen. You can also visit the academia. Let's visit the engine room first. Take your time and have a look around on your way there.
Oh, yeah?
Okay, to the engine room. That's my rank.
All right, then.
Where is engine room? I don't know. We're gonna find it. This is check round table. Okay, that's us moving. This is a massive door. This is to the cockpit. So engine room this way. He said, please look around.
Hey!
Oh, so this is the bathroom. It's a bathing room. No running water yet. The toilet. This is the pantry.
This is...
Orgo sugar and briny salt. Okay. That's some loot. This is the kitchen.
Got it.
For us to cook here.
So?
You have to wash dishes. Engine room corridor. We are going to go down through there. Well, this is the galley. And the sleeping quarters. Oh, wow. Oh, what's this? Washing machine. You're not gonna make me wash clothes too. What's this? That's the cleaning tool. Oh man, there's going to be all kinds of little mini games. Pile of powder. Hey, there's more. I don't have a reason to visit with him right now. Okay, we made it to the engine room. Oh!
This?
Kind of, it's a heart. Called runner phone. Okay, that's what those pipes are. Got it. Gauntlet runners use magma crystals to fuel as fuel to run. You see, used to be you take your life in your hands when you travel the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet runner was born. Runner's actual legs are based on colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss, even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed, in another step closer to my dream. What dream? It's a long story, my girl, best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girls. That's a work in progress, but by the time I'm done, you'll see she'll have some new tricks. You just watch. It'll be the sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You will continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend time with your allies while traveling, which may help improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours. Neat. Anything to look at in here? Magic igniter. Use the magma crystals. I've never seen an igniter like that. I wonder if that's a weapon. I guess we're gonna find out. So my washing clothes. Washing clothes can sometimes cleanse the mind. This raises max MP.
Understood.
I don't have that problem.
Come on.
This is max HP.
Got it.
That's probably a good choice, but I don't stat wise. I think I would rather spend time. So the cooking table. Use the Gauntlet Runner's cooking table to whip up some food for you and your allies. Eating prepared meals can grant your party various positive effects. To cook, you'll need ingredients. Buy them, win them, or find them lying around. Try to experiment as much as possible. If you made every dish at least once, you may learn how to create the ultimate culinary masterpiece. Okay, we got more. Okay, we got tons of stuff. We got a bunch of recipes. Oh. Want to make something? Maybe not. I think we will cook. We gonna cook. You okay? Sorry. Oh, he's seasick.
Speaking of.
Okay, I'm gonna cook a meal. Let's go into, I guess it's our memorandum, and then see. Maybe it's in here in the items, like the key items.
Just with Wolverine.
Here we go. Let's make critical meal. Oh, okay. Holistic whitefish platter. Coney stew. I don't know if I have that stuff. Red grass bidou. Bidou, clear water, red grass. Where do you think all of like my ingredients are? We've got more coney meat, so I've got 1 coney, 1 sugar, clear water, which I have. Okay. Let's cook. This one. Restores 250 HP and cures poison. Yeah, let's make that. Cook it.
Let's check.
Now then.
For as often as we simply refer to our meals as meat, something to keep in mind is where it's cut from. The taste and texture can change dramatically, you know? Each type of cut has an ideal preparation. If you do it well, it turns out tender and delicious. Something to strive for, wouldn't you say?
Speaking of...
So, what kind of cut do we have here? But never mind, just leave this to me. I began preparing the food with Stroll. Watch your meat and adjust the heat. So it goes. Although it depends on what your preference is, really. It's nearly time. No. It is time. Strike now.
All right.
Not so bad so far. See the juices there? That's your proof this is turning out to be delicious. We'll add a little something for the aroma and we're done. But just a little or it'll overshadow the flavor. Amazing. Stroll and I made a delicious looking dish cooked to perfection. It's curative coney roast. Smells great, doesn't it? Now imagine how it tastes. Good job, me. Also, Stroll. Stroll and I cleaned up the kitchen. Time really flew.
The gauntlet runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon and the curtain of night falls over the land. Protected within the stalwart hull of the gauntlet runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
I want to go to that. Diamond. Let's go there. At night, the vast wilderness outside town is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. Resume your travels in the next morning. While at encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the gauntlet runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about the journey with your allies. Give it a try. Okay, it's our first night camping. We can spend time with Stroll. We can just talk to Neuros. Awe-inspiring, tear-jerking, absolutely. Okay, where is Hulkenberg? At the strategy room. I've reminisced with Stroll. I've already... Where is Hulk?
What's this?
A big barrel. To be discovered later. Wonder if it's a weapon. Oh, there she is.
Well met.
Ah, I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. Certainly no stranger to traveling, but I've no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, might we talk a bit? I can hone my imagination. Not right now. Hold on. I just want to see, so map, royal virtues. Here we go. My imagination is vapid. Okay, no, we need to fix that. Talk with Hulkenberg. This power we've awoken to, of all sorts of questions. But what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their unique aspects. But one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's cool!
Certainly.
I think it's cool.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the designs intriguing, but I was not speaking on how they look, per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power, as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of that power lurking within them. It is not then, is that not then the very condition to awaken our slumbering power? Also, hence, why is it so exhausting? And why it cannot be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. I feel like my imagination increased.
All right.
All right. Oh man, imagination is hard. Eloquence is very bad too. It's getting late, but we have a ways to go yet. So I would very much like to continue chatting with you. Hulkenberg and I talked for a while. Got a little bit of money for that.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
early morning.
Good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters were more than exceeded your expectations. The tubes? Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? Remember, who maintains this rugged girl? Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow. Okay. Afternoon already, huh? Or we'll arrive in Martyr in 2 days. So how am I going to spend the time? Oh, I want to look at what this is. Okay, so what does Stroll? So his is courage, which I am quite craven. Cooking. I have other things to do. I feel like raising those virtues are going to be a bigger...
Well met.
Wisdom. I have wisdom.
Well then.
I want courage. Let's get with courage.
Hey. Now then.
Okay, we're gonna sharpen our weapons here. You'll think I'm getting ahead of myself, but after things settle down, I'd like to live without the sword. I admire the idea of a world where monsters and senseless violence don't exist, where nothing is taken from you by others. That's why one day I want to restore my ruined hometown to its former glory. Not just mine, all the ruined hometowns.
Hey.
How about you? I shared my plan. Let's hear yours. What'll you do when the fight's over? I'd like to help you. I'd like to help you with rebuilding. Are you serious? I'm a bit relieved to hear that, tell you the truth. I've got to get stronger. Even if the village gets rebuilt, it's all for naught if it gets attacked by monsters again. I want to be strong enough to rid this country of monsters, not leave it to a spineless army and its incompetent generals. They only have the power to kill those who oppose them. They have no desire to protect their people, just like Luis. We'll fight for change. I want to do something about that too.
Yeah.
I agree. Seeing the state of our country's army, I'm all the more glad you're our captain, truly. You're resolved to stand on the front line of our fight, so it's only right that you lead our fight. I say, I force my way into your mission.
Hey.
I envy you sometimes, you know, to act with such conviction. How does one become so bold? I waver sometimes.
No.
I do have moments where I waver. I suppose we all do, but you manage to keep a cool head when you do, unlike me. That's why you're our captain. All this to say I have faith in you. We've more battles ahead, and I'll be counting on you to get us through them. In the end, the king will be determined by what the people think of as justice. They're free to make their choices, but so is the one being chosen. I wonder who it'll be once we're through all this.
All right.
Okay, swords shining like new. Let's finish this up. Caring for my weapon has fortified my will to fight, as well as increased my courage.
All right.
Okay. All right. Courage not too difficult to raise. Imagination, though, and eloquence is probably going to be an absolute bear. Spend some time a stroll honing our weapons. Got some money? How am I making money? Did I make some investments? Okay, it's break time.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak
We want to go there.
One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage.
We want to go there.
As though themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree, the gauntlet runner comes to a stop at its base.
Shall we get a closer look? Yes. The Tree of Prophecy. Oh, that's wild looking.
Wow.
So pretty.
That's...
It's not just the leaves. It says the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. Told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in the times ahead. Oh. How exactly would a tree foretell the future, though? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I am sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree, no sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nearest pulled a sheet of paper and brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him. Wow, Nearest, how did you get so good at drawing? Ah, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it. I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. Wasn't it for research? Thought you needed this for research. All the pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. Tree of Prophecy drawing. Uh-oh. Are we about to have a bond? As I received Nearest's research picture, the drawing is intricately detailed and could accurately convey the full majesty of this place to a viewer who has never been here.
Hey there!
Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from our journey. We could tell her a story about this place. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, we'll give it to Maria.
Huh?
Magical organism in form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely. Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which has given me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
What? You've been observing me? I don't recall you asking to, so knock it off.
However,
turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing the rare sight has broadened my wisdom.
All right.
Oh. Oh, that's great news.
The gauntlet runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders. As darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself, monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a gauntlet runner. The party, secure in their gauntlet runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
The Rock Den camp. Oh, something up there to grab. There are insects gathering by the campfire. Apparently you can eat these bugs. Well, according to Hulkenberg anyways. I should try and catch one. I did! Caught one of the bugs gathered by the campfire. It's my turn to cook. I should use it as an ingredient. Okay, hey. Stroll, what are you doing today? Imagination, which is probably a good one. Not right now, though.
Speaking of...
Hulkenberg?
Your thoughts? Fair point. So...
They asked me, like, hey, did you get lost in town? I was like, nah, Gallica. Let's see if we can find Nearest. And see if he's got anything going for him. Bet he's in the engine room. Or maybe he's back here. Let's check. No. That's the pantry. Whoops.
This is...
Oh, you can check it every day. Okay. Hey, Moore. What's going on? Hey, what are we doing down here? Near us? Mind helping out a bit? My wisdom. I don't need wisdom. Well, we're going to need everything. But right now, I could do HP, MP. I want my royal virtues up, so that's what we're gonna do. And imagination is close to 2.
Hey.
Yep. Stroll it is.
Now then.
So, next up is Murtera. It feels just like just yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in just a short span. I met you, we went over the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of long times past. Speaking of which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that the hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? They had no allies. Maybe they lacked allies.
Oh, I see.
I see! Try as they might, even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we got allies who share these abilities as well. If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though all this does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there. I felt my imagination grow.
All right.
I'll tell you right now, Stroll, there's a lot of powers out there. Look how it takes forever to get the imagination going. Come on. It's too early to go to bed. Let's talk some more. Get into the sleeping tubes.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Flames Day. Oh, anime time.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh, wow! I missed all this green!
Oh, why is it so bumpy?
That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the? Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
a cannonade.
Oh, there's a fight.
My star is rising!
Sanctism will reign!
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
Doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opposing side's gauntlet runner.
stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to halt each other's advance. Damn fools couldn't resist a show of force.
Look, over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Guido's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Louis' favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Louis' supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
That's a good call. Let's have
Let's give
Gladel.
Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
Okay, then it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner boat out there.
We're here to help. Withdraw, Gladel. Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That gauntlet. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral. Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time.
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Not in his name. In like your name, right? Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now.
You dare interfere in my fight. Know your place.
Well, settle
Is it
down.
fame you seek? You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names. Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, old egg, but it's a touch more complex
Now,
than that.
we've got them on the
We
ship.
of the Crown
Run.
Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
Remember, the king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their number.
Go, my brethren. Put the fear of God into these impious commoners.
Don't forget
That's
about
rude.
the petrification magic.
Let's go. No. Seeker! Here.
I owe you.
In the name...
Hack and slash.
That was a good hit.
Shut up! Sanctism is supreme.
What could you hope to achieve?
Only a flesh wound.
Let's see here. What do you think they're going to be immune to?
I won't hold back. Ice.
Okay, he resisted that.
I'll cut you down.
But night! I crush you! Worthy foe after
Oh, he's
all.
nearly dead.
What could you hope to achieve?
Is that all?
Hulkenberg's badly wounded.
She's fine, trust me.
Heal her. Hulkenberg's in bad
Let's
shape.
go.
She needs help.
We can do this.
Thank you.
It's too early to go to
I
his
call upon
side.
royal power within.
By the sworn oath of knighthood, let justice prevail. Is that all?
More resilient than I
I would
expected.
lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back. Now, feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh.
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brothers.
Okay.
Only a flesh wound.
Sanctism will reign.
Brace yourselves.
Okay, let's see here.
Fire.
Behold,
I shall vanquish evil.
Is everyone all right? Oh, power of heroes! Join with me! No, not this.
Let's heal. Get some medicine. We have plenty
Just
of
the
medicine.
thing.
There we go.
Resistance is futile.
Sanctism will reign.
I don't have anyone that's weak to that.
Sanctism will reign.
Here they come. I won't hold back.
No, not that.
Scour.
Witness me,
I
brethren.
call upon
Witness.
royal power within.
Witness me.
Right on.
Hit him with it. That'll work.
Power.
Right! Shut up!
Know your
Let's go.
place. Peasants. Sanctism will reign.
Rude.
Sanctism will reign.
Hulkenberg's badly
Don't
wounded.
underestimate
Someone
me.
heal her.
Try not to worry.
That helped. I'm obliged. By the swift blade in hand! Huh. Too easy!
Hold yourself together.
How did that?
Take this.
Bonk.
Sanctism will reign!
You're badly wounded. Someone heal her.
I won't hold back! Burn! I shall vanquish
She
evil!
needs help.
Oh, we got this.
Thank you.
Witness me, brethren!
To you!
Seeker! Fire! Sanctism will reign! Sanctism will reign!
Hulkenberg's badly wounded.
Here they come.
Heal her.
Warrior!
Oh, healing light.
Thanks. I'm obliged.
Hulkenberg's guard is
Behold
down.
my power!
Stay my blade.
Know your place. Burn! Peasant!
Still up with him, state. All yours.
I stand ready.
Let's have an herb.
This should help.
There we go.
Take this!
Bonk.
Dodge. You've got to
Don't underestimate me.
By this power! Fire! A tough one! So, the faithful are broken before you, yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked
I mean, he's hit me with his staff like a few
he gets to do
times.
whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of sanctism. Now, are you prepared for the end?
I think not, you rotter!
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it. You'll face your divine punishment soon enough.
We won that battle. Give me my rewards. Wait, what?
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here.
Let's fight them.
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
No, you totally owe us. You hurt?
Are you hurt? Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly, that got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well,
This is the singer.
Well, do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh. What brings you all the way out here? A little tryst on the road, is it?
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing you're not used to. But consider me chastened and shoed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love. You bested Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain
Everybody's fangirling.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nidia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
But that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know those suspensions anywhere. You had Caden workshop on this, eh? Yes, those are
He just wants the gauntlet runner.
Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna, the kingdom's greatest singer, the dulcet diva! Oh, this is preposterous! Surely I can't be the only one starstruck? Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
There you go.
You're an interesting little ensemble.
Why is that dog so mad still?
Fairy. A real living one. Where did you...
Hey, up there!
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
It's Lewis.
Luis.
My Lord Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Sanctist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug, and I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm a candidate.
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance.
There wasn't
so
anybody
choose your words
representing
wisely,
the lower
okay?
tribes. So we don't want to become king. We want to help him, right? That's our only
I
goal.
want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision realized, Lord Luis.
You do know what that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes. You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
See you, loves.
Don't think this changes anything.
Oh,
Come on,
relax. That was a cat, not a dog. Whatever.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then, that could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Gladel. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power, does he? Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
As the chirping birds return to their nests and the darkness claims its dominion, the gauntlet runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind? Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the gauntlet runner.
Hooray! We're safe within the gauntlet runner.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
So much for saving and stopping.
The end of the road. So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him. Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, You too. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem
Is there
troubled.
something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany, like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding. Automation ruled the day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to them.
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet, there was this loony old inventor in my neighborhood, both quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are. That old fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas, ideas, ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could. That old fellow went back to his own hometown. That single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of
Well, we're going the same way.
A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
This one's
Quest start. No deadline. We left near us, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed towards our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
So we'll arrive in Martira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated. Stroll is not happy being on this thing for very long. Apologies, I'm grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing my lunch.
Isn't that?
Once we're in town, we're supposed to meet with Bardon, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting. Okay.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client, Bardon, awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
All right. We've arrived into town. Oh, that's cool. Castle on top of the hill. Or a manor on top of the hill, I guess.
More desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of
Yeah,
something.
they should be.
Ah, you're here. I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city.
She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament?
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's ally suffered the worst of it.
It's true.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
All fights have
But
casualties.
surely all fights have casualties.
I suppose. There is truth in that.
Hey, read the room, will ya?
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come a long way for our sakes. Now, I'm sure you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on, don't worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the Bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Yes.
Come, everyone. This way.
Is this some kind of smoked
It's like a
dish?
giant pill bug.
Roasted larvae of the giant sandworm. It's Martira's culinary speciality. Cooked to a delicate finish, just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good.
Yum.
Larval innards.
Tis a unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine, exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Do it. Looks great.
Looks great.
What is with that smile? Not you two.
It's surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
He's just kidding.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months. All told, we're looking at 15 children now unaccounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
I'm told he's a disgraced knight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworm's territory, yes?
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So, is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
Mm-hmm.
There's a runner.
What's this? Rival gauntlet runner.
And there's a campground. It's your call. Let's see here.
It's a campground.
It is a campground, that's true.
Here, all right. Let's see.
Okay. Then we have this.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
Let's save this town together.
To save this town.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We help anyone in need. That's why we've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you. Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails. You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert. Together, I'm sure we can find a way to the stronghold without falling prey to those worms.
Okay.
Now,
there's a reason no
please,
one looks twice.
Dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wild, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the Honourable Lady Joanna tomorrow. Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here to con a free meal out of us, that is.
Yeah.
No.
I came all
Let's
this
go.
way just to get a free meal. Yes.
It's been a while.
It's been forever since I've had such a spacious bed. All right, well, let's talk to this guy. This is the informed man. All right, let me know. Give me all the. He gave me as much information on the city as he had. There's probably some other things, other people to talk to here. We'll save it. Wait, hold on. Overwrite note. Overwrite this one. Yes, we'll save it here and pick this back up on. What are we at? I don't even know what par we're on, but we'll see you in that one. Bye.